Do you feel like you're constantly doing the inner work, yet nothing in your external reality is really changing? In this video, I'm going to share with you where true change comes from, so you have a clear path on how to upgrade your reality.
The universe is really folded within each one of us, and the entirety of the cosmos is accessible through each and every individual's mind, connecting to the great mind, the great spirit.
What's up, guys? I'm Nick the Mystic, a cosmic being here on an Earth mission to help remind you of who you truly are. You may have heard the saying, you are a product of your environment. My interpretation of that is your environment equals your existence. So whatever it is that is in your environment, meaning external environment and internal environment, is what creates your entire existence, your entire perception of this reality. Your external reality is a reflection of your inner world. That's how anything is ever created. Everything is created through thought before it ever takes form. It is from the ether before it becomes physical. And so whatever it is in your external environment that isn't supporting you in creating a higher vibrational way of living, you can start to shift your external environment to match the internal environment that you're planting seeds for growth for. And it can go both ways. Your environment is constantly feeding your subconscious mind. What we see and what we hear, the sensory input that we're intaking, is programming our subconscious mind, priming it for what we are going to then continue creating. It's amazing because when you can change what you're seeing in your physical reality, it's gonna match up a lot easier inside of you to believe higher beliefs, to let go of those old identities, to no longer hold to the physical constructs of feeling of lack or inadequacy or self-doubt or feeling just unworthy and not like you're who you came here to be. All of that can be changed. It can be changed so much quicker and so much easier than what you can, than maybe what your mind has been telling you. I'm gonna share with you a couple of ways on how you can upgrade both your internal environment and your external environment so they can co-create together. They can create a cohesive, creative balance of upgrading your reality. So for me personally, I am visually and auditorily inspired first. The way I discovered that was just this last year, really working on building my business and finding out what it is that I want to share with the world, what part of me that I want to express and give to planet Earth and all of my soul family. And so this past year has really been about me feeling safe to express and allowing myself to create. And so a lot of that came through graphic design, figuring out graphic design for my own branding. I realized instead of sitting down to try and come up with things, I loved looking at things visually and then getting inspired for the download through those visuals. The same goes with music. For music, it allows me to tap deeper into my feelings. And when you can tap into your feelings, you can basically collapse time and create what it is that you are desiring. And when I figured this out, I was like, oh my God, I could be making life so much easier by knowing how I'm inspired. So I'm also a Libra, so all things beauty, all things just like, yes, all things beauty, all things love, like all things that elicit all the feel goods inside. So for me, interior design, hands down, one of my quickest ways to upgrade in my environment. And it can be really simple, you guys. Something as getting some plants or a piece of art that inspires you. I am inspired by unicorns, if you can't tell. I'm inspired by many things, but this to me is like the vibe and energy of what I feel inside. And so that's what I want to emulate. You can go and have fun at a craft store, go to Michael's, and literally just like bring out your inner child, bring out your higher self, and see what inspires you. See what lifts your energy. See what makes you feel excited to be in that space. And another thing that I have done as well is just little things too, like pillows, like upgrading pillows. And I wish I could show you guys my room right now, because just the upgrades that I've made to it has really allowed me to shift my energetic state and my belief systems. And then a vision board. You hear it all the time.
Vision board.
And I would create them here and there, never really consistently. And it wasn't until I let go of the attachment of what it was that I wanted and just allowed it to be something inspiring, allowed it to get into the feeling and the frequency of, and the energy of having those things. And because this last year, I've really been expanding creatively to where I feel safe to be seen, I feel safe to express. My creative abilities have totally expanded. And so whatever it is that inspires you, pictures, words, sounds, smells, bringing in that essence into your space and start to get in the vibration of abundance of whatever that is, like abundance of feeling inspired, an abundance of colors, an abundance of plant life, an abundance of smells that feel like nostalgia or things that are very grounding to me. Like Palo Santo is just like, I love me some Palo Santo. We homies. Anything in regards to that to upgrade your environment. For me, also textures. If you are an old soul, an empath, highly sensitive, textures are everything to you. So I really focus on having a lot of soft textures for my feet, for my blanket. So if I am in my room and I have a rug, it's soft, it's fuzzy, it's cozy. To me, that feels like luxury. So textures, really allowing yourself to get into the embodiment and the energy of textures that make you feel alive and cozy and just happy to be in your human vessel. Another thing too is natural lighting. Get as much natural lighting in your environment as possible. Allow yourself to receive the energy from the sun. Have an energy exchange and allow the space in your home, in your environment to feel uplifted through the energy of the sun. If you find yourself in an environment that doesn't fully resonate with you, that it might not really feel like home to you, it is up to you to cultivate whatever it is that you need to feel at home in your environment, to feel safe in your environment, to feel loved and held and supported by your environment. So no matter what your situation is, whether you're still feeling like you're living in a lot of lack and you're not in the energy and environment that you want to be in, it is up to you to cultivate that. So whatever that is, if you have just a small room, that is perfect. What can you do in that small room to bring in more of your energy, more of your true essence, to where if anyone were to walk into your room, they'd be like, yep, that's Nikki's room. Like they would know that that's you and that's your essence because of all of the things, all of the symbols, all of the emblems, all of the energy that represents what you feel inside. One thing that I've really tapped into as I've integrated my Akashic records and really become close and intimate with a lot of my past lives and all of the things that feel like soul nostalgia to me, right? One of the fun ways to bring in all of those facets and aspects of myself from all these lifetimes into this culmination of who I am today is having actual art or things that remind me of those lifetimes. So on my wall are all of these different decorations that bring out different eras, different scenes, different countries, different planets even, that all feel like a soul resonance to me. I brought in the elemental energy. I brought in so many different facets of it. And what I love about that is that it honors my multidimensionality. When you can create a healthy external environment of all of the essence of you, that is telling your subconscious mind that you are safe in the world to be yourself. When you can create a healthy external environment of all of the essence of you, that is telling your subconscious mind that you are safe in the world to be yourself. Oftentimes, when we don't feel safe to be ourselves, it's because we grew up in an environment that didn't support all of us, right? Maybe our environment supported a little bit of us, but when we were all of us, it felt too much, or it felt like need to turn down the volume. And those are the things that we get to reprogram. If you grew up in an environment that was completely chaotic, unsafe, unreliable, full of unmet needs, any form of abuse, it is imperative to create an inner environment of safety, an inner environment of support. It is imperative to your nervous system, to your body, to know that nothing can harm you again. And once you can start to create a feeling of safety, at least in your external environment, to the degree that you can, the real work is the internal safety. It's up in our mind. All of the times that we felt so completely unsafe in our life, if those programs are still running, we're going to constantly create those environments for us. The best analogy that I can think of is like, we're these bright, beautiful seeds, these beautiful seeds of light that came to Earth because Earth's soil was beginning to rot. It was disintegrating. It was no longer full of nutrients, full of vitality, full of life. And we wanted to be those seeds to come into Earth. And so what we did was we went into these rotten soils. A lot of that, it stems from the generational bloodline that we chose. And it's not to say that there's anything wrong with our bloodline. We are all, everyone on planet Earth, every human has experienced trauma. And for those of us who really, really, really wanted to be those bright seeds, we chose the soil that needed the most nutrients, that needed the most light, that needed the most love. And then we grow up, and as we start to awaken and remember who we are, we're this beautiful, bright seed, but we're still in the soil that is not allowing us to grow. So we have to create new soil for ourselves, and that starts in our mind. That starts with our thoughts. What are you feeding your mind? Are they thoughts of upliftment, of encouragement, of compassion? Or are they thoughts of ridicule, of self-judgment, or tearing yourself down? And we might think that no one can hurt me more than I've hurt myself, like we're our own toughest critic. But what are you getting from that? What are you getting from being your own worst critic? A continual perpetuation of a reality that does not serve you, that does not serve your soul. And then we keep going up against these brick walls trying to figure out, I'm doing all this inner work. Why am I not seeing the differences in my reality? It's because we have to change what's in here. And it's not forgetting about what happened to you, but it's transforming it. It's infusing that energy into something different. Remembering and choosing and deciding what you came here to learn, and how that rotten soil was actually the thing to remind you of how bright of a seed you are. What are you consuming? What are the relationships in your life like? What are you allowing to enter your field? What belief systems are you agreeing to? The thing about it is that we're the creator of it all. And that can be really hard to swallow when you're surrounded in circumstances and realities that are not in alignment with your soul. To think, why would I create that? I would ask myself this all the time. I would get into the worst self beat up with myself. Why would I create this? Why would I create this? Why would I create this? But from that space, there's no room for me to grow because I just keep digging myself bigger and bigger holes. because I'm trying to find out what's wrong when there's nothing wrong. I just get to change my point of focus. I just get to change from this feeling of being in this rotten soil to I'm just this bright seed. It's all about our point of focus. What you focus on expands. And I know it sounds simple, almost like too good to be true, but have you really tried it? Have you really tried overriding all of those beliefs and to just start making switches? Or have you listened to the beliefs that tell you you're not good enough, that tell you you'll never make it, that tell you that you have no purpose in life, and then do you just believe them as if they're true? If you want to break through this, you have to question your own reality in your mind. Enough of this questioning reality outside of you. Let's question the reality inside of us, because that's the reality that's actually creating my external reality. It's almost like we've got it backwards, right? Why don't we question our own beliefs of what we think about ourselves? We're so busy to get into conspiracy theories or all of these things about the awakening and the government and all of these things, right? But who's actually questioning their own thoughts? We're so attached to our thoughts as if they are us. But as long as we're attached to our thoughts as if they are us, we can never become the observer of the thought to then know that the thought is just something that we're experiencing. So where in your inner environment gets to be upgraded? Who is it that is in support of this environment for you? It's one thing to say we're gonna do it, but it's a whole other thing to act upon it. And a lot of times it's really uncomfortable. You have to let go of a lot of relationships. You have to let go of a lot of old identities. You have to let go of a lot of attachments. You have to let go of all of the things that are keeping you in a lower resonance from who you truly are. We got to clean house. We got to clean house because you are a divine vessel. You are a pure vessel of source energy. It is already here. It is already now. It is already you. It's just about shedding and pulling off the layers and all the masks. So create a healthy, safe, nurturing, external environment from people, places, and things and energies that you interact with. And then create a nurturing, loving, growing environment inside of your mind and watch how things in your external reality begin to shift quickly. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video helped and gave you some insights or ideas or inspirations on how to upgrade your inner and external environments. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and leave a comment about what it is that you're excited to upgrade in your internal and external environments. Okay, I'm just doing, oh, the wall is very close. I'm doing a check, a test run. Getting all the nervousness out. So as I'm talking to you, I want you to know that I'm really talking to you. I want you to know that I see you. I want you to know that I feel you.
I want you to know that I am you.
And that is slightly creepy, but it's fine. A fun thing. This is why you probably hear this saying all the time. Also, am I saying that right? Hold on. If you like this video, be sure to hit like, subscribe,